F2P gang, huh? Archer gang, huh? Alright guys, so if you haven't subscribed to this channel, I want to invite you guys. Welcome to the family. Subscribe now, turn the notification on. What the ah! Just kidding. So rockers, if you guys have not subscribed yet to this channel, definitely consider subscribing to this channel now. We have amazing battle reports. Some of it has never been seen before. Well, this is gonna be your first time seeing it, of course. Good joke, Shinchi. Good joke. You're so corny. Anyway, we have some battle reports in here that we saved. Now, I have lost a tremendous amount of battle reports as well. Now, who is to blame for that? It's definitely not me. It's my opponents. So, my opponents, I blame you guys for me losing this battle reports. You gotta stop scouting me when we are at war. That's the rule now. Don't scout me when we are at war so I can save the battle reports. Because if you keep scouting me, I lose the battle reports. And the ones that I capture, the ones I get to save, here it is. Alright, so I lost some because you guys keep on scouting me. So who's to blame? Not me. It's you, whoever scouted me during the war. Anyway, I mean, let's get serious in here. I was just trying to be silly. But seriously, if you scout a YouTuber too much on a war, we can't capture those reports. That's just being honest with you guys. It's always very difficult for us whenever we're at war. And we want to capture it. We don't want to, you know, just nitpick everything, right? We want to capture everything so that we can show you good and bad. Well, at least I want to show you good and bad, because how else would you learn? This is why I do some videos where I showed off, you know, my mistakes, right? If I don't show my mistakes, if I just polish everything, I can do that easily because I am the one editing the video, right? But seriously, let's get on with it. Welcome back, Rockers. I'm Shinji42. In today's video, we are going to talk about the battle reports of this KVK. So we're pushing off the videos of war a little bit here further, but I want to make sure we capture this battle reports that I have saved before we lose them. Alright, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to look into the newest report down to the oldest report. Key thing to understand in here is that you're not just going to be looking into the dead of troops and severely wounded, but you need to also look into the power lost and the amount of troops as well. So for our rally in here, Ramesses and Artemisa, full archer. As you can see, we have majority is T4. We have a good set amount of T5 in here. I'm actually running out of T5 as well. And take a look into this one, right? We're also low on T5. We can't even, antibodies can't even fill a full T5 March. Sin was still able to fill a T5 March, but not expansion. Frozo was able to do it. And taking a look into this one, they have 50% expansion of T5s in here. That is inside the flags. They have a lot of T5s. Honestly, their power, like Morte, is like a 200 million power player. You cannot compare his amount of troops compared to mine. I have a very fraction of troops compared to him. So if you take a look into here, Enchantment, El Muerte, these players are like 100 million power above, right? These players cannot compare them to us because their amount of troops is way more than us. So if I start to drain myself of troops, I would then have no more field fighter as well. Okay, so that's one thing that you need to keep in mind. But this rally was a successful rally. As you can see, we actually burned them here at this moment. So you will see on the video as well. But I want to capture this now because at some point we will lose this, you know, battle reports and it will go and expire. So we were going to be looking into the troops and the buffs as well. As you can see, here's the buffs. You guys can analyze the buff because if I do it, it will take forever for me to finish this video. Taking a look into this one, we again rallied successfully with Ramesses and Artemisa, a defender here. Andrex, another big player in their kingdom, 100 million power. They have way more T5 again, and we don't have a whole lot of T5 in here. So this time I put full archers in here. As you can see, there's about 2, 4, 6. So how about that? 2, 4. And 6, about 600k T5 archers. Let's see how much they have. 3, 6, 9, right? 900. Wow. 1100 or more, right? 1200 already. I would say 1200. Oh, see, There's so much T5 in that flag. Now, how did we do in here? Freaking amazing, right? 1.2 to 2.8, we destroyed a lot of their T5. Like, even though there is not a big significant amount of deaths in here, what you need to understand is their overall rating inside the flag is way high. If it's a bunch of T4, if we were fighting with T4 versus T4, then we would have definitely 100% caused more deaths, okay? But it's not, because they have a lot of T5 player. That's the one benefit for them. Now let's take a look in this one. Ramesses, 3.2 million to 5.6 million. This is Ramesses and Artemisa. Now this battle, while you are seeing a bigger number in here in the power loss and a bigger number in the deaths, because this battle took a lot longer than these battles in here. These battles have more reinforcement from our side, and they had reinforcement on their side as well, which I cannot see though. These are the players that swarmed our rally, as you can see in here. That was, they caused a lot of damage on us. 18k severely wounded, 28k severely wounded, 15k, right? 19k, but they also are suffering in here as well. So make sure you pay attention on both sides. 61k severely wounded in here on this side. But we were able to burn their flag again in this one. So I believe we did. But let's take a look. There is again. Look at the amount of T5. Look at this guy. He is giving all of his T5. Now, we cannot compare ourselves to them, because comparing myself to Enchantment, he has definitely way more power than me and way more T5. So look at El Morte as well. They're giving out everything. So these T5 whales, see how useful they are for the kingdom is because they're giving out all of their troops, especially these are T5, and they have a heck ton amount of troops. Meanwhile, on us, you know, we have a good amount of T5 players, but nothing to compare to the amount of T5 players that we are going against with. So keep in mind that one. This is a very successful rally. Ramesses and Artemisa, very good. If it was more of to T4, they would have more casualty in here, and we would have probably less casualty, because our march in here couldn't handle the amount of T5. But you can see the power loss for them is a lot. A rally in here by Kratos, as you can see. Guan Yu, very good job as well. They have, again, the reason why they are having more power loss in here is because they have more T5. If you compare the deaths, we have more deaths since we have more T4. They have more T5. That's how you can analyze that one. Let's take a look in the troop buff. So if you're interested, you can definitely, oh, that's not one. So if you're interested, you can definitely take a look on the troop buff in here. Here's the Artemisa and Ramesses rally. We did okay, I would say. Not the best, but okay. They had way more T5, so it's kind of hard to tell. You can see the deaths in here, right? It's kind of hard to gauge which one actually did better. But they had 1.2k in here. We had 1 reinforcement. Now, if you take a look into this, this is pretty much the same flag. They've reinforced a little bit more after that. You can see with Sulfur, pretty much even the same power with us. He also had reinforcements in here, way more reinforcement than mine. The battle did last a little bit longer, but if you see the battle video, you will kind of have a better analysis on that one. So I'll leave that to you guys. So make sure you guys are tuning in here. I think we weren't successful in both of them. But I would say is that I really want to see if Artemisa and Ramesses can really do a very good rally, because I think they can. But the problem is that they just have more T5 reinforcement, and we just have more T4 in our rally. So that's definitely a big issue. Now let's take a look in here. Red Ranger defending with an Attila. Again, this is a very difficult one when you are defending with Wu Zetian, right? And majority of the time, this is going to be like mixed troop. You can even see there is like is that tier 3 or tier 2? Tier 2 maybe. Tier 2 siege units in there. All right, so this is more of a salvage defending, as you can see. In this one, you can see in Artemisa, Ramesses is an open field battle. Did a very good job, I would say. Artemisa and Wu Zetian, this one we had way more power loss because I think we had more reinforcement, and that's not the reason why. The reason why we had way more power loss is because we are actually dealing with double rally. Here we go. You can see this is double rally, but honestly, an Artemisa Wu Zetian can actually hold the double rally, but we have to have, you know, of course, a good amount of reinforcements in here. Very nice. This is the one where we rallied a city. Mr. Elabe had a lot of casualty in here, 319k dead. We had 183k dead, but remember that is also split among everybody. I had 12k in here, which is insane. That's a lot. T5. Now thinking about it. Ramesses and Artemisia. Once again, I think the Ramesses and Artemisia is pretty decent. Very good combination. Now, if you're looking into this, the battle is not full troops because they didn't defend it properly. But there's a lot of T5 there. That's why they had like big loss in here on the power. This is a very juicy one. Kratos, 7.8 million over 21.4 million. Very insane. All right, double of the deads in here, so that's a lot. Ramesses and YSG struggled here a little bit. Like I said, they have way more T5 again. You can see it from the power losses and comparing to the deaths. So there's that. They're severely wounded due to AoE of YSG, insane amount. There's somebody that has deaths as well. That's the person who is actually defending, right? Or no, so actually this is a beef eater who was the defender. Darium LN had deaths, so he wasn't able to clear out his hospital in here. Daddy with the Guan Yu and Leonidas, as you can see, very successful as well. 1.4 to 1.7. So definitely they have way more T5. You can definitely base it on the power gaps in here and the amount of deaths. So even though we had more deaths in here, they have lower deaths. They had way more higher power loss in here just because of the T5. So just keep that in mind. So T5 is really making a big difference in here. 1.5 million to 2.4 million. Again, same result. This is Ramesses and YSG. Again, when we have YSG, we have AoE hits, but he was actually hitting us. So we actually took a lot of severely wounded as well. Edward of Woodstock and Ramesses. This was actually a very decent rally. I like it. I may consider doing this again. This is, of course, full infantry inside. And of course, we are full archers. Like I said, once again, they have way more T5 comparing to this. See, if it was a little bit more balanced, then we would probably have a bigger lead. One thing I like about Edward of Woodstock is that he has the increase the attack towards the infantry units, which is, I don't have my glasses, right here. So I'm also been thinking, if you flip-flop this and you have Ramesses primary and Edward secondary, I think it would also still be good. The benefit on that one and the loss on that one is that, of course, you're going to lose the high damage from Edward, but it would cost you less rage to cast your skill, so you can cast it a little bit more often compared to having Edward as a primary. But still, though, you are going to try to benefit on the attack tree from Ramesses. So we haven't tried that yet, but we probably will do that on arc chest testing or something one day. We will see what will happen. But this is more safe result in here, Edward and Ramesses. Bruce Lee, I think our target, or no, it's Red Rue. You can see there's a lot of swarming that is happening. Edward and Tomiris. Very good trade as well. So this is almost double. So Edward Tomiris does a very good job, even being swarmed, but we also have a heck ton amount of reinforcement in here. So 430 deads over 539 deads. So perhaps we could say that Edward and Tomiris is a very solid pair, right? That's where you can deduct from here. Even though we were getting swarmed insane, we were actually creating a lot of damage towards their swarm because of Tomiris has a buff over counterattack, and then we are getting swarmed with a lot of cavalry in here, meaning we're also reducing some of their damages due to Tomiris, due to his skill, right? Artemisa and Wu Zetian, once again, this is the only one that can really withstand Attila and Takeda. Artemisia YSG, pretty decent, I would say, but I am more of a Artemisia Wu. I think for me, it's more successful. Artemisia YSG again. Now this is to where we switch commanders. So I think Dole was the primary in the beginning, and then we switch it to mine. But you know, you have that initial loss in the beginning as well. Same as this one. This is a very bad one. Wooden had a captain at that time, and because I left, but you will see it on the videos as well. So this was a pretty not so good rally to see. Shinchi 42, Artemisia Wu, El Muerte. You can see once we have the Artemisia and Wu primary right away. Very good trade-off in here. You know, you can see the power loss, and you can see that we're actually winning in terms of the dead troops as well. And look at this one, right? This was actually a double rally, and look at how we withstanded a double rally. That's pretty insane. I have the best equipments in here as well with Artemisia, and Wu Zetian, in my opinion, is the very best defender that I could see so far. Another Artemisia and Yi Song-ye. Here's the battle reports in here. Okay, it's a double rally. Artemisia can definitely hold it. Definitely can hold it. Wu Zetian and Yi Song-ye. Look at this one. Very big loss in here from my end, because at this moment they have requested me to split my commanders. So I had to split my commanders. So I had to put Wu and Yi Song-ye. I was defending 2 flags, which is a very bad idea, and most likely it will never happen again. Insane. We've lost a great amount of troops in there. So here's some little bit more information here. As you can see, Muerte was just swarming. When you have that amount of troops, he doesn't care. So that's definitely a disadvantage towards us, right? We also had another rally in here that hit us. So that was pretty insane. Very insane battle report on this one. Like I said, there are win and losses in this video. So this is where I split it. So we put on Artemisia and El Cid. We split the defenders. The problem in here, I think we could have been successful in here. The issue is we didn't have full troops compared to them, so that's why we lost big time in there. Artemisia El Cid again. Lost in here also. Oh, was that a double rally? It just, I don't know. Maybe that was a consecutive rally. I don't know now. But here we lost it as well. Artemisia and El Cid. Okay. Edward of Woodstock and Yi Song-ye attack in here towards to, I'm not gonna say the name, but the attack in here wasn't successful. I really hate Constantine. I really do. I know I love Constantine. I'm working on Constantine, but wasn't successful in there. Reinforcement wise, we were getting swarmed as well, so that was pretty intense. El Muerte swarming us again. Red Dew defending. Pretty even trade in here. I think this was canceled a little bit too early, I'd say, if I'd remember it. I don't know. Swarming again. They're very intense in swarming. As you can see, there's pretty much the same people swarming us. Majority of the time is the big whales. They don't care about the troops. They can heal, they can spend the money. So that's definitely a big disadvantage for our team, because for our team, we're average players in the kingdom. We don't have like a billionaire in the kingdom. So that's something that we need to consider in this battle as well. And here, another intense. They had way more swarming in here. You can see it. Muerte is once again in the swarm. Oops, we went way too far. See, that's intense. That's a lot of swarming in here. All right, that is crazy. Now, this one we had way more deaths because we were getting swarmed. Now, if it wasn't getting swarmed, we would definitely win it. So we weren't controlling the field. If you've seen some of the first few videos, we weren't controlling the field. An Attila Mehmed rally here towards the Bad Prince city. There's severely wounded in here. I don't think this was a very good trade in my opinion, because he can heal everything in here, and we've lost some troops in here. Not sure. I think an Attila Takeda would have been much better than a Mehmed in my opinion. Another defense in here. Look at this one. This was very good. I think in here we controlled the field a little bit and we were successful. Same thing as here. We were successful. Take a look into that one. 20k dead over 171. Once you are able to control the field a little bit better, it's actually turned out very well. I don't know if we were holding the field this time. It has to be, because we didn't have a whole lot of reinforcement. And take a look into this one, right? 35k dead, 121k dead. Honestly, Artemisa and Wu is a very solid pair. Another one in here. Again, I would say they had way more T5 in here as well, right? They had way more T5. So you guys can scroll through that. See, look at that. Look at the end of that. That's insane. And let's take a look at ours. I'm one of the T5, bunch of T4, right? A little T5 in there, a T5 in there, right? 30k T5, 260, 300, 18k. Yeah, they have way more T5 into their March, so that's really insane. So you really got to take a look into that part. Another in here is that I have no clue why we had like 1.9. I have no clue how we had 1.9 million troops in here. This is odd because war with El Muerte. Yeah, I don't know how this thing happened. Oh, this is a rally, a counter rally. This is a counter rally. All right, that's a counter rally. They gotta have a lot of T5 in here, right? All right, so Bjorn Ironside in here. Another rally in here from me going to them. We've lost a lot more in here. I don't think we've able to control the field. There's no reinforcement. We were getting swarmed. This rally most likely had been canceled. This is the last report in here to show you guys. Artemisa and Wu Zetian, again, Attila and Takeda, as you guys have seen, we've been very, very successful in this one. I want to highlight the defense in this one. 192% for archers. It's insane. Remember, I've mentioned this in my video. I want to increase my defense more, and my health is average in here. 125% is pretty okay. My attack is 173. The key thing in here is my defense, because I'm able to absorb a lot of the damages from coming from Attila and Takeda. And take a look into their attack is insane, 284%. But look at my defense compared to their defense is much, much lower, as well as health. All right, guys, so those are some of the battle reports in here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. So I just kind of want to go through it because I know at some point we will lose the battle reports and they will go expired and we can't see them anymore. So I want to capture them now while it's early. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully, guys, you have learned something in here. We kind of just analyzed a little bit in here. We still don't want to give out everything in here because we're still going to be at war. So we just kind of want to give a little bit of information. But in that little bit of information, you can tell how commanders are working. So maybe this will help you in your kingdom for you to succeed, whether it was a win report on us or a loss report on us. You can learn something from those combinations. Anyway, rockers, thanks for watching the F2P Archer Gang. See you guys later. Hopefully you guys are still having fun with this game. Love you guys. Bye.